Thank you very much for waiting. We would now like to start the press briefing for today. It is almost 9 years after the Great East Japan earthquake. Today we'll be hearing from Minister Kazunori Tanaka, the Minister for Reconstruction. We will hear about the recovery to date, as well as expectations toward the recovery and reconstruction Olympic and Paralympic Games. For today's briefing, we will have a simultaneous interpretation for Minister Tanaka's presentation. And in the remaining 30 minutes of today's briefing, we will have a Q&A session with consecutive translation. I would like to ask everyone to set your smartphones to the silent mode. Minister, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kazunori Tanaka, Reconstruction Minister. I'm also a member of the House of Representatives. Today, I will talk about reconstruction from the Great East Japan earthquake after 9 years and recovery and reconstruction Olympic Games. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to speak with you, and I'd like to thank President Akasaka and everyone for this opportunity. We had that Great East Japan earthquake, as well as Tokyo Electric Power Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station accident. It will soon be 9 years since that disaster. I'd like to take this opportunity to offer my prayers to those who perished in the disaster, and also I'd like to extend my sympathies to the surviving family members as well as those who still live in evacuation. Also, from right after that disaster until today, we have received various forms of assistance from more than 160 countries and regions, as well as more than 40 international organizations. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for such assistance. It is because of that assistance that was given to us, we have been able to move forward. I am very grateful. Now, I assumed the office of Reconstruction Minister on September 11th of last year, and at that time, Prime Minister Abe gave me instructions. He said that as Reconstruction Minister, I should stand by and be considerate to the people in the disaster-affected areas and focus on what's happening on the ground and to be responsive and to accelerate further reconstruction efforts in the affected areas. And all ministers have to work in their duties as if they are all reconstruction ministers. That is the message given from Prime Minister Abe. And to implement exactly that, right after I became Reconstruction Minister, I immediately met with the governors of Fukushima Prefecture, Iwate Prefectures, and Miyagi Prefecture. I visited 45 municipalities in these prefectures to see for myself the progress of reconstruction in the affected areas, in which I have also realized that there is regional variance in the progress of reconstruction. Specifically speaking, in the region affected by the earthquake and tsunami, housing reconstruction and community development are almost complete. revival of industry and livelihood is also steadily underway. So this region is seeing the final stage of reconstruction. Against this backdrop, in the prefecture of Fukushima, because of a heightened reconstruction demand, labor shortages are continuing. So we need to take measures so that younger people can work in Fukushima. Also, at the same time, if the right conditions are met, we would also like to have people from abroad to work in Fukushima. Also, in the nuclear disaster affected area, there is a development of specified reconstruction and revitalization-based development in the difficult-to-return areas. In early March, in Futaba town, where the whole town has been evacuated, for the first time, there is going to be partial lifting of the evacuation order in some regions. So reconstruction and revitalization is fully underway. The number of evacuees has been reduced from 470,000 to 48,000. But still, there are people who are leading stressful lives, living in inconvenience over a long period of time. We need to continue to watch over these victims, provide physical and mental care, provide assistance and consultation so that they can rebuild their lives and their houses. Also, we need to offer assistance to build communities in disaster public housing. In addition to these efforts, we also need to give support so that people can have connections with each other and have a purpose in life. We are determined to continue to provide seamless assistance depending on the stage of livelihood reconstruction. Next, I'd like to talk about our measures in the post-reconstruction and revitalization period. This reconstruction agency developed a basic policy as a result of cabinet decision last year in December, and we have extended the agency's mission for another 10 years beyond March end of 2021. For the region affected by the earthquake and tsunami, where final reconstruction stage is underway, in the post-reconstruction and revitalization period, in the initial 5 years of that post-revitalization period, once reconstruction project has completed its role, we would leverage regional revitalization as well as whole-of-government measures to aim at sustainable community building. That is the direction that has been incorporated in the basic policy. On the other hand, in the nuclear disaster-affected areas, there needs to be a mid to long-term response. The national government will be at the forefront in taking on these measures. For the next 10 years, a full-fledged reconstruction and revitalization programs will be implemented. And after a 5-year period, we have decided to conduct a review of how reconstruction projects are to be implemented. In order to proceed with reconstruction after the Great East Japan earthquake, I will be with the people in the affected areas to work on these programs.
Next, I would like to proceed to talk about the future of Fukushima. In the major cities of Fukushima Prefecture, the air dose rate is at similar levels with major cities of the world. For example, for Fukushima City, the 0.13 microsieverts per hour is almost at the same level of 0.12 microsievert per hour for Seoul. The area of difficult to return zone has been reduced to 2.5% of the Fukushima Prefecture, and in the remaining 97.5% of the area, people's lives have been restored to normal. On the part of the Reconstruction agency, we are working together with the Fukushima Prefectural Government and other related ministries and agencies to promote the Fukushima Innovation Coast Framework to develop a new industrial foundation in the coastal area. We have made progress in establishing major facilities under this framework, including, first of all, collaborative laboratories for advanced decommissioning science. Second, a Fukushima robot testing field. And thirdly, Fukushima hydrogen research field. We have been making improvements in these areas. Let me give you a brief explanation of these initiatives. So far, we have established global collaborative laboratories for decommissioning science in Naraha Town, Tomioka Town, and Okuma Town, conducting research and development to accelerate the decommissioning of the TEPCO Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. From July of 2018, facilities have consecutively opened in Fukushima robot test field, forming a major R&D Center of Excellence in robotics and drones in Minamisoma City. We are expecting to have a full-fledged opening of the facility in spring of this year, leading to steadfast progress. Furthermore, the Fukushima hydrogen energy research field will have a center opened in Namiya Town in March of this year. This facility will be conducting large-scale demonstration tests for hydrogen production using renewable energies. The hydrogen produced here will be utilized as the fuel for the Olympic torch for Tokyo 2020. Regarding the utilization of hydrogen of Namiya City includes the stations, hydrogen stations, and in this area we will have close cooperation with the related agencies so that further consideration can be made for the utilization of the hydrogen produced. Now, regarding the Fukushima hydrogen energy research field, this will be extremely important trump card for the reconstruction of Fukushima. Therefore, we will continue to work in close cooperation with the local municipalities to realize this framework so that we may significantly contribute to the development of the local region. Lastly, let me introduce our initiatives in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games, Tokyo 2020. We are positioning the Tokyo 2020 Games as the Recovery and Reconstruction Games to encourage the people who have been affected and to provide support to this region. This name is now taking root amongst the minds of many people today. The Olympic torch relay will start from the J village of the Fukushima Prefecture this month on the 26th. And venues in Fukushima has been planned for the Olympic Games in the disaster-affected areas such as baseball and softball at the Fukushima Azuma Baseball Stadium and soccer at the Hitomebore Stadium in Miyagi. The local people are looking forward to this event, and we would like to have as many people visit from foreign countries to the region. In the Olympic Village, we will be providing a cuisine utilizing the delicacies from various parts of Japan. In particular, the ingredients from Fukushima, Miyagi, and Iwate will be included in the menu for the game period. Furthermore, the victory bouquet to be presented to the medalists will be produced by flowers from Fukushima, Miyagi, and Iwate prefectures. So we hope that everybody can enjoy the delicious taste as well as the beautiful flowers during the event. Furthermore, the Arigato host town for supporting Reconstruction initiative with the aim of expressing appreciation and promoting exchange are increasing gradually. To date, we have reached 28 altogether in 30 municipalities. We shall utilize this opportunity to express our appreciation to the support received from different countries after the earthquake disaster and showcase to the world the resilience of the affected region in striving toward the recovery, and also highlight the attractiveness of this region. Furthermore, we shall actively utilize the opportunity of the Tokyo 2020 to communicate, to dispel negative rumors. To strengthen our ability to communicate our message in the run-up toward the Recovery and Reconstruction Games, the Reconstruction Agency is promoting the Reconstruction Recovery Olympics Global Communication Project. Against this backdrop, together with the state ministers of reconstructions, we are visiting foreign embassies in Tokyo, one after another, directly, to meet with the ambassadors to once again express our appreciation for the support received and to convey the strong message of recovery in the affected areas, as well as introduce the region's attractiveness in tourism as well as in its cuisine. Going forward, the government will work as one, with the Reconstruction Agency playing a central role in providing a thorough explanation to the global community based on scientific evidence in a steadfast manner, so that we may further promote measures to eliminate negative rumors here and abroad. I hope that I can convince many of you from abroad to visit the Tohoku region. I would like to ask the journalists present here for your kind support to realize this objective. Reconstruction of the local businesses, as well as the recovery of the way of life and new life, has been reinvigorated in the region, and there have been many successful cases to talk about. Young people are focused on the future to improve and redevelop their hometowns. There are many people with such vitality. I hope that population will increase going forward, and the amazing spirit of loving your hometown can provide continued support. I think this is very important going forward. I would like to take this opportunity once again to thank you for allowing me to speak and giving me this opportunity. And I would like to ask for your continued understanding and ask that you continue to communicate the accurate information so that we can ask for continued support from the global community. With that, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much.
それでは質疑応答に入りますが、ここからは逐次でにお答えいただきたいと思います。質問のある方は挙手して、指名されましたらハンドマイクを使って必ずお名前とご所属を述べてから質問してくださるようにお願いいたします。質問はお一人一問とさせていただきます。
We will now start the Q&A session, and from here we will have consecutive interpretation. We will take a question from the foreign media first. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and after you have been designated, please make sure you have the microphone, state your name and affiliation, and we would like to ask you to limit yourself to one question per person.
Now, questions, please. Yes, gentlemen.
はい、ロイター通信の竹中と申します。日本語で質問させていただきます。
My name is TANAKA from Reuters. I would be asking the question in Japanese.
復興五輪に関しては、福島の方にお話をお伺いしますと、あまり復興に役に立っていないのではないかとか、資材が東京のオリンピック関係の建設に取られて値上がりしたり、人手が取られて、先ほど大臣もおっしゃりましたが、地元での人手が、足りなくなって、地元での、必要な取り交わしとか、復興に関する建設が遅れたりとかいうようなことで、マイナスの面があった。あるいは中には、東京のオリンピックを勝ち取るために復興というのが使われたような気がするというような意見も耳にします。 これに関しては大臣はどういったふうにお答えになりますでしょうか。
My question is about this recovery and reconstruction games. Some people in Fukuoka, when asked, would say that this reconstruction, these Olympic Games are not contributing much to the reconstruction efforts of Fukushima, that the construction materials are all going to Tokyo, and therefore those materials are going up in price, which people in Fukushima would suffer from. And also labor force is also working in Tokyo, and the local regions end up with having labor shortages, delaying the construction work in the disaster-affected areas. So people talk about such negative aspects. And some people even say that the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games have used this notion of reconstruction and recovery games to be able to win this bid to attract and host the Olympic Games. What would you say to this idea?
復興五輪については、いろんなご意見が、あると思います。当然、私たちも復興という言葉を使って、いろいろと地元の皆様方と共に努力をしておりますので、一方において多様なご意見をやはり私たちはしっかりと受け止めていかなければいけないと思っております。
Yes, about this notion of recovery and reconstruction games. I am sure that there may be a variety of opinions and views. We have been using this term, recovery and reconstruction games, to work together with the local people in the area. Yes, we are aware that there are varied views, and we believe that we have to take note of those views.
そしてやはりですね、知っていただく現実をですね、そして、食べていただく、そして、できれば行っていろんなことを経験していただく、このようなことをやはりお願いをすることによって、私が福島県のみならず、東北の地域、放っておいたらどんどん過疎になる可能性のある地域でございますので、今回のこの復興五輪、たまたま大変な災害があったということで、世界の皆さんからも大変なご支援をいただいて、注目も集まっておりますし、ぜひプラス思考でですね、一つ前に向けて、我々も頑張りますけれど、やはり何といったって地元の皆さんがそういう気持ちになっていただけるように、関係の県あるいは市町村、そしていろんな団体の皆さんと力を合わせてまいりたいと思います。そして何といってもやはり今後のことを考えると、食品等の風評払拭という面もやはり大切だな、このように思っておりますので、この点も努めてまいりたいと思います。特に地元の皆さんが喜んでいただけるように、よかったね、この間のラグビーもですね、初めいろんな意見があったんですよ。だけどね、釜石で試合を見て皆さん感動してね、本当に重ねてちょっとねタイムラグがあったんですけど、新日本製鉄のねチームの時代からだけどまたすっごく今ラグビーに湧いておりますから、やはりね私たちはやっていく、やらせていただく、そしてみんなに一つ参加していただく、こんな思いでですね頑張りたいと思っております。ありがとうございました。
Yes, we want to ask people to know and see the reality on the ground, and we also want to ask people to enjoy the food locally produced, and if possible, we want people to go to the area to have an experience of what it's like there. Yes, it's not just Fukushima, but this Tohoku region. If we do nothing, that is a region that is declining in the number of people living there. It's a depopulating region. But because of this opportunity of recovery and reconstruction gains, because of that disaster happening in that region, the region received a lot of assistance from abroad, and it is the focus of a lot of attention. So we want to have a positive orientation, a positive view to move ahead positively. We want to work together with the people in the region, people in the prefecture, people in the municipalities, and people from different organizations to work together to build that momentum. Also, about the food locally grown. There are negative reputations. We must make sure that these negative reputations are eliminated. We want to work together with the people in the region so that they would feel that they are happy that they saw reconstruction take place with the opportunity of this recovery and reconstruction games. For example, the Rugby World Cup that was hosted in Kamaishi. People who attended the games were very moved with emotion. They were very happy that the locality hosted the games. From the days of Nippon Steel until now, there has been some time lag, but now there's a resurrection of this excitement of rugby. So we want to do this, and we want to work together with everybody's participation. Thank you.
それからもう一点、聖火リレーの方もね、被災県地域でですね、いろいろと工夫してですね、大勢の皆さんにご参加をいただいたり、また沿道でですね、皆さん応援していただいたり、いろんな場面も作らせていただきたいと思っております。
Also, about the torch relay, there's a lot of work being done with the prefectures and the localities in the affected areas to create devise ways to have more people participate in this event so that a lot of people can cheer this torch relay along the roads.
Next question, 宋さん。
私、中国経済日報北京から来たものです。大臣に伝えたいのはね、私も3度ほど現場取材で行きまして、現場の頑張ぶりを見れば感動的です。それも報道でいろいろしました。だけど東京で見ていますと、現状で申し上げますとね、東北の製品農産物はいろいろスーパーには出ていますけど、どうもね値段的にはあまり上がっていませんね。周りの人を見ても、見るのはみんな見てるけど、本当にそれを買った人は正直にそんなに多くないんです。そういう現実をどう対処すればいいか、それをぜひ伺いたいんですが、具体的には日本国内の住民がいかにこれを喜んで受け入れるか、それから田中大臣が先ほどもう一つ大事なところをおっしゃいましたが、今度の五輪にも選手たちにこういう食材を提供するとおっしゃいましたね。それは細かく教えてほしいんですけど、東北だけの試験場試合会場だけですか、それとも全日本ですか。例えば東京にもしそういう農産品食品を提供するとしたら、何種類どのぐらいの規模で提供するかと、外国の選手に安心してもらうためにおそらく検査はするでしょうけど、どういう検査でどういう発表システムでやるか、それを細かく教えてほしいです。
はい。
So I am from Beijing, the China Economic Daily. I have also visited the affected area on 3 locations, and I'm very much moved and inspired by the efforts made on the ground. And I have reported this situation accordingly. However, if we come back to Tokyo, the situation looks very different because in the supermarkets, although Tohoku produce is available, the price is not rising. And people are looking at produce from the region, but not purchasing such products. How will you deal with this situation? I think it is important to get Japanese people to, first of all, accept products from this region. And as you have rightly mentioned, it is very important that the Olympic Games will be an opportunity to provide ingredients from the affected regions to the Games. However, I would like to know more details about this. Is it only going to be provided at the venues in Tohoku, or is it more of a nationwide effort, and the ingredients from the region will be provided in Tokyo as well? And if that is the case, how many types and at what scale will the produce from the affected areas will be provided? And I'm sure that in order to reassure the safety of the products, testing is likely to be conducted. I would like to know more details about the testing of such ingredients from the affected regions and how this information will be disclosed.
ご質問ありがとうございます。先にオリンピック村の食材の話から申し上げたいと存じます。日本の、その季節新鮮なもの等も含めてですね、これはいろんなものがあるわけでございまして、その中でですね、食材多種多様だと思いますけれど、福島のもの、そして被災地東北のやはり地域のものを使ってもらうわけでございます。とりわけ福島の今いろいろと原発の事故によって心配される部分については今も厳しいチェックをして供給をして安全性の確認については万全を期しております。しかもこれはすでにもう皆さんお分かりの通りどういう数字であったのかどういう状況であるのかというのはもうオープンでありまして、もう世界の皆さんに分かるようにしてございます。そういう徹底的に安全性をもちろん確認をしですね、選手の皆様方に、一番おいしい季節のものを提供させていただく、食材を提供させていただくということでございますので、この点についてはですね、もう絶対に懸念のないようにどういうお尋ねにも即座にお答えができるようにですねさせていただきますので、ぜひ一つ多くの選手の皆さんには安心してですね食べていただきたいと思いますし、また万が一にも何かちょっとご心配の向きがあったら、お尋ねをしていただければご説明を納得がいくように、いたしたいと思っておるところでございます。からまずそこまで訳していただきましょうか。
Thank you very much for the question. I would like to address the issue of the food ingredients that will be provided to the Olympic Village athletes. There are abundance of outstanding produce and that are in season that can be provided from a nationwide basis. And this will also include the diverse ingredients available from Fukushima as well as the Tohoku region. With respect to the food products from Fukushima, there are prevailing concerns about the impact of the nuclear power plant accident. Therefore, in order to dispel such concerns, very rigorous checking has been conducted for ensuring the safety of the supply of these products. And for the tests that have been conducted, the actual result in terms of numbers as well as the current situation are openly disclosed globally. So we are focused on thorough safety checking. And therefore, against this backdrop, we hope that the athletes will be able to enjoy the delicious food ingredients that will be in season at the time. And if there were to be any, should the athletes or anyone have any concerns about the safety of these products, then inquiries can be made and a response will be provided immediately so that athletes can enjoy these ingredients and food products with a sense of assurance. And any inquiries relating to concerns will be addressed immediately.
はい。そしてですね、これから具体的にちょっと申し上げますと、食品中の放射性物質にかかる基準値は世界で最も厳しいレベルであります 100ベクレル1キログラムあたりですね以下に設定をしておりまして、国際的な基準値は1000ベクレルでございますので、とにかく一番厳しい基準を採用してチェックをしておるということと、基準値に基づいてですね、そこまでちょっと一回やりましょうか。
Now, regarding the radiation standard that we adopt for food product testing in Japan is one of the most rigorous in the world at the level of 100 becquerels per kilogram. For your information, the prevailing international standard is 1,000 becquerels per kilogram. So the standard that we are adopting is the most rigorous.
そして基準値に基づいて出荷前にですね徹底した検査をしております。一番たくさん取れる食料はもちろんお米なんですけれど、福島県産の米はですね全量全袋ですね検査の結果2015年以降基準値を超過したものはなくですね 99.9% は測定下限値未満であったということをお話をしておきたいと思っております。仮に基準値を超過した食品が見つかった場合は絶対に流通をさせないシステムになっておるところでございます。
Now, before any food product is provided to the supply chain, very rigorous testing is conducted. The most widely distributed food product is rice. And for this rice, we are conducting testing for total volume as well as all bags. And for your information, from 2015, according to the tests that we have conducted, there has been no breach of this level. And in fact, 99.9% of the values attained were below the measurable minimum level. If, however, any exceeding of the level is observed, such a product will be never be distributed.
ありがとうございます。それからですね、最初にお尋ねあった、国内における、被災地の特に福島の食品のコスト等の流通の量の問題について、ご説明をさせていただきたいと思います。そこまでお願いします。
Now, I would also like to address the other question that you have posed regarding the products from Fukushima not rising in price, as well as the low volume of the distribution of such products.
ありとあらゆる食品は先ほど申し上げましたように世界で一番厳しいレベルのチェックをし数値を確認をして国内にも出荷しておるわけでございますが、やはりもともとですね流通面でやはり弱い、また日本の流通も市場から大型店に直接納入する形に変化をしてまいりました。ですから私たちは今までのように市場というものをきちっとお願いをして説明をして安全性をご理解をしていただくことと合わせて大型店の方においても直接納入をさせていただく多くの消費者の皆さんが特に農作物あるいはこれからは水産物こういうものを消費していただくための市場というのは非常にそういう面で大きいものですから、今生産者とそういう関係をですねうまくつないで、ものによっては普通の値段、ものによっては今ご指摘があったよりはっきり言って安くなっておりますので、その安くなっている部分を風評と捉えですね、私たちは食べていただいておいしいもの、安全なものはですね、 やはり正しい評価をしていただいて、他の産地のものとちゃんと同じもしくはそれ以上の価値を価格でも一つ示していけるようにですね努力しております。私も実は先週の土曜日は相模原市の大野というところの場所でですね大型店で、私がトップセールスということで、福島の皆さんと一緒に頑張りましたし、またあちこちに出向いてですね今一生懸命努力をしております。日本の国内の皆さんがしっかりと買っていただくことが一番やはり先だと思いますので努力をしてまいりたいと思います。
Now, for all the food products that is placed in distribution are subject to the most rigorous checking in the world. And when after the value is confirmed from such checks, and only then will it be subject to shipment. However, there have been some weakness in the distribution of the food products. Increasingly, producers are providing their products not only to the market but also directly to the large supermarkets as well. So we have to solicit the understanding of not only the market but also from the large supermarkets subject to direct delivery. And because the market for agricultural products as well as for fishery products is very large. And as you have rightly mentioned, there are different prices for these produce. There are some products that are subject to normal price, but there are also products that are subject to lower price. And apart from eliminating the rumor, the negative rumor relating to these produce, we hope that the safety insured produce products of the region will be able to enjoy the same price as the products from other regions. We are making efforts to realize this objective. It just so happens that on the previous Saturday, I went to Sagamihara Ono to a large supermarket to engage in a top sales event with the Fukushima people. And I am visiting many places so that we can have more products from the affected areas enjoyed first and foremost by the Japanese people.
先ほどのオリンピック選手村の件でちょっと言葉を添えさせていただきたいと思いますが、どの県のものをどのぐらい使うかというのはオリンピックの組織委員会が検討をし決定をすることになると思います。また選手村でですね提供される食材はもうすべてですね福島のものだけではなくてありとあらゆる県のものあるいは提供されるすべてのものをですね科学的に安全性が確保されたものを提供するということになっております。少し言葉が足りなかったかもしれません。
I would also like to add the following points regarding the ingredients that will be provided to the Olympic Village. Regarding the volume as well as what type of products will be procured will be considered as well as decided by the organizing committee. And the further point to be made is that all the food ingredients that will be provided to the Olympic Village, regardless of where it comes from, inclusive of Fukushima, will be checked for safety based on scientific evidence.
Next question. Yes, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Tung from Vietnam News Agency. 1 year after the earthquake, I have visited the Tohoku regions and witnessed the mass destruction there. And last year, I have twice time visited the Fukushima prefecture and also saw by my eyes the great progress in the reconstruction there. But actually, my question is, what are the major difficulties for the Japanese government to rebuild and reconstruct that Tohoku area, especially to recover the local, the regional economy? Yeah, thank you.
はい、ベトナムのダオ・タ・トゥンと申します。災害があった1年後、私は東北に行きまして、その災害の状況を見ました。そして、去年、福島に、訪問をさせていただきました。その時に、見たものは、復興は進んでいるものの、まだ道のりがあるというふうに考えました。日本の政府のこの復興の方法というのは、どのように進められるのでしょうか。特に地元の経済が復活をするために、どのような取り組みが行われているのでしょうか。
はい、今お話ありましたようにですね、先ほどもちょっと冒頭お話ししましたけれど、地震津波地域とやはり原子力発電所の事故による被災地域ではどうしてもタイムラグというかズレが出ておるということを私たちは重く受け止めておりまして、これから10年の新しい基本方針を示した中でも特に福島県の地域原発の地域は10年間これから継続して復興に国が先頭に立って力を入れて力を注ぐ事業を展開するこのことを明らかにしておるところでございます。
As I said at the beginning, there are differences between the region affected by the earthquake and tsunami and the nuclear disaster affected areas. There are time lags in terms of the progress of reconstruction. This Fukushima region, we have developed a 10-year basic plan where the plan is to focus the central government's efforts for rebuilding and reconstructing the region that had been affected by the nuclear disaster, because we take gravely the fact that there was that disaster caused by that accident. So the government, the central government, will be working fully on the programs for the next 10 years to rebuild and reconstruct this region.
お話があったように道路だとか鉄道だとかあるいは海岸線の防潮堤だとかまた住宅の整備だとか進めてまいりましたけれどこれからは一番重要なのは先ほども申し上げたかもしれませんがなりわい生活をするための場所収入を得るために家族と共に生活をするために一番重要な働く場所が私たちにとっても政策のポイントになってまいります。この整備こそが重要であります。
We had been building roads, railways, tidal walls, building housing as well. That is what we have been doing so far. Now going forward, what is the most important would be building and rebuilding livelihoods for the people, create a place for people to lead lives and make incomes, to be able to live with their families. We have to give people workplaces, and that is going to be the highlight, the main pillar of our policy going forward.
そのために先日ですね、経団連の方に足を運び、会長にもぜひ現地に企業を進出させてほしい。また地元の皆さんにももともと得られた企業の方には戻ってきてほしい。また私たちも税制面だとかあるいは企業の 立地の上で支援できることは、ありとあらゆるご支援をさせていただきたい。そして、今日も、ここで改めて申し上げるんですけれど、外国の企業の方々にも、ぜひ、この地域に一つ進出してほしい、また投資もしてほしい、このような思いを持っておりまして、私たちもこれからでございます、道半ばでございますけれど、さらに力を入れていく状況にございます。
The other day, I visited Keidanren, the Japanese Business Federation, and asked the chairman of Keidanren to encourage businesses to invest in the region, and asked people who used to work in businesses in the region to be returned to the localities. I also said that we are prepared to do everything possible to provide assistance and incentives in terms of tax policy and assistance for siting the business operations in the region. We are also wanting to ask foreign businesses to come to the region to make investments into the region. Yes, it is true that we are only halfway through, but we are committed to put all our efforts into this program of rebuilding the region going forward.
Next will be the last question, Patrick.
My name is Patrick Welter, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. Minister, please allow me two questions. One is about the cost. Can you tell us how much has the Japanese government paid over the first 9 years for reconstruction in the areas? How much are you planning to spend for the next 10 years? And in your best personal guess, when do you think that these special measures might be finished? And my second question is a little bit hypothetical and a little bit aggressive, please. Did you ever have the thought that having the connection with the Olympic Games and the reconstruction might be some kind of negative advertising for the region? You have now Korean athletes coming, bringing their own food. You have all these reports about hotspots at J Village where the torch relay is going to start. You will have a lot of other stories about that you are not able to go safely into the woods, that you can't eat mushrooms from the woods in these regions, and all these stories around. And having the Olympics over there, you give a special emphasis to these stories. So have you ever thought that this might be a negative propaganda for the reconstruction?
私は、フランクフルターアルジェメニア、ゼイトングのパトリック・ウェルターと申します。日本の政府がこの復興にかけた9年間のそのコストというのはどれぐらいであったのか教えていただけますでしょうか。それからまた今後10年間どれだけの復興予算を検討していらっしゃるのか教えていただきたいと思います。またこれらの特別な措置というのはもうこれから一巡して終わってしまうという打ち切りになるという可能性はあるんでしょうか。もう一つの質問は仮説に基づいた非常にアグレッシブな質問になってしまいますけれども、オリンピックとその復興との関係についてです。あえてこの2つを結びつけたことによって被災地にとってマイナスの効果が出てしまったということはないでしょうか。例えばそういう復興その五輪にしたからこそ、韓国の選手は自らその食べ物を持ち込むというようなことを宣伝しています。そしてまた聖火リレーがの出発点となる J ビレッジにおいては放射線のホットスポットがあるというようなことが報道されることになっています。また森には安全に入ることはできない、森から取れたキノコは食べられないというようなことがかえって注目されてしまったということはないでしょうか。ですから、そのオリンピックをそういう形で復興五輪として誘致をされたからこそ、そういうそのな効果も出てしまったということはないでしょうか。
はい、まず予算、執行された額等についてのご説明をさせていただきたいと思っております。
I'd like to first of all talk about the amount spent for reconstruction.
10年間で、復 興創生期間といっております10年間で約32兆円も予定をしておったわけでございますが、すべてやってみなければ分かりませんけれど、少しはわずかでも少し残って残余が出るのかなという感じでございます。まずそこまでじゃあ訳してください。
Now, regarding the cost for reconstruction, for the first 10 years of the reconstruction period, the amount earmarked was 32 trillion yen. It is likely that we will not be spending the entire amount. There will be some leftover.
そして令和3年度からですね、5年間の復旧復興事業の規模は1兆円台半ばと見込んでおるところでございます。令和2年度のまでの事業規模がですね、さっき言いましたように32兆円内、31兆円台、前半というような感じもするわけでございますので、そういうことを踏まえるとですね、令和7年度までの15年間の事業規模については、さっき申し上げましたけど、32兆円台後半で、なんとか収まるんではないかと、このように思っております。
Now, for the cost to be incurred going forward, in the 5 years from 2021, the 1 trillion and a half also is being contemplated. For the this year, 32 trillion or 31 trillion or will be considered. So for the seventh year of LERA, which is 2025, we are estimating around 32 trillion plus.
そして復興五輪ということでかえってマイナスの面があったんではないかというお話でございますけれど、私たちはですね、この復興五輪というふうに位置づけたのは、先ほど説明を申し上げましたので繰り返しませんけれど、非常にやはり重要なことだとこのように思っておるわけでございます。それは現状を正しく知っていただくこと、そしてあれだけの事故だったもんですから、やはりいろんな立場のいろんな国のいろんな地域の人たちがやはり噂をしてもですね、事実を知らない、こういう現実がある可能性もあるわけでして、私はオリンピックというものを通じていかに福島の今回の事故からこういう状況に立ち直ってるんだ、こういうことができている、ここまで来たんだということ、さらにこれからどういうふうにするのかということも含めてご理解をいただきたいと思いますし、また2万人を超える方が亡くなった巨大な津波によって壊滅的な被害を受けた地域が今日非常に元気を取り戻しつつあるわけでございまして、こういうことも含めて分かっていただければと思います。本当に正しく知っていただくということは決してマイナスではないと、このように思っておりますので、ご理解がいただければ幸いでございます。
Now, to your question regarding the possible negative impact of connecting the reconstruction with the games. And we believe that it was a very important decision to position the Games of 2020 as the Recovery and Reconstruction Olympics Games, because it is of utmost importance for people to know the actual state of on the ground. because we have experienced such a major accident, because there are people from different perspectives as well as from different countries and regions, there have been rampant negative rumors. And these rumors was circulated without any facts. That is the reason why we are utilizing the opportunity of the games to show to the world how much recovery has been achieved in Fukushima, how far we have come, and the direction going forward. And we also want to show to the world the area that has been devastated by the tsunami, taking the lives of 20,000 people, have now been reinvigorated from the devastated state. And we believe that having people understand and know the true facts cannot be a negative.
それでは今日のブリーフィングを終了いたします。大臣どうもありがとうございます。
どうもありがとうございました。
That concludes today's briefing. Thank you very much, Minister Tanaka.
一言申し上げておきます。皆さん、今日は時間の関係でご質問したかったけれど、しなかったという方もあるかもしれません。どうぞ復興庁の事務方の方に申し入れていただければ、またいろんな機会が作れるんではないかと思っております。忙しいのは忙しいんですけれど、特に外国の皆さんの方には、もうメディアの方々にはサービスしなきゃいけないと思っておりますので、よろしくお願いいたします。
Just some last words. I'm sure that some of you wanted to ask further questions, but because of time constraints, we were not able to take all of your questions. If you should have further inquiries, please contact our people at the Reconstruction Agency. We would like to serve